Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of JForex Indicators Explained, we will be considering one interesting indicator. The name is bull power. In the last session, yesterday only, I had explained to you the uses, the functionality, the properties of the bear power, and this is a inverted version of that indicator. And as you can guess, the name is named bull as there is a inversion of the bear power. So of course this is going to be helpful for finding the opportunities to go along. But at the same time, even though the name only concerns the bullish trend, we can even make sense of the bearish sentiments also. Just we have to do is look at the values where we don't really have any bullish strength in the market sentiments. We can confer that the underlying trend, the underlying momentum is on the bearish side. So the absence of bullish power can be interpreted as the presence of the bearishness. So let us now head to the JForex 4 platform, which has been developed and designed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. This is the newly released trading platform from the bank. The chart is of the Euro USD with each candlestick being of the hourly time period. Here you will find these indicator listed amongst the momentum indicators, or else you can simply do a quick search and there it will appear. Momentum indicators. Here it is listed just below the balance of power. Balance of power we will consider in the next session. Yesterday we considered bear power and today it's the turn of the bull power. Another easy option is to type in the name, and here we have this indicator. Okay, the underlying concept is fairly simple. It's simply uses the closing price or the high price. You can not really make changes to the applied price on this indicator, but I'm giving you the idea of the underlying concept. So it looks at the deviation from the moving average price. The moving average is mostly EMA. The EMA is used as the moving average. As we have various types of moving averages, you can always pick and choose any other moving average also. But I think for customization option on this platform, we probably don't have that option here. All we can edit is calculation period. So the concept is based on this price deviation from the average price, and then the average price can be of any type, the SMA, EMA, or any other moving average for that matter. And then comes the question of considering the recent candles, high price or closing price. Here also we can use different parameters, but let's, for a simplicity, we use the high price of the current candle and the EMA of the current hour. So we look at the price differentiation, the price differential between these two values. If we consider that we have this rising tendency in the market and EMA is taking time to catch up, then that indicates that bulls are getting stronger and stronger, and this trend is likely to be sustained at least in the near future. So when we have these bullish bull power indicator plots on the rise, if these bars are on the rise, then that is considered as the signs of bulls getting stronger and stronger, gaining strength, and this is the time to look for fresh entry for for profiting from this resurgence of the bulls. So here, if we consider the chart of the bull power in recent past, we have many instances where the trend changed from bearish to bullish. We saw this plotting of this bull power chart start rising and crossing above zero. The classical interpretation is that if the output is above zero and if it is on the rise, then that is indicative of the turnaround in the trend, turnaround in the momentum, and new entries can be initiated during those initial hours of this trend change. And when the value dips below zero, after having spent considerable time above this zero value, then we consider the trend to be changing from bullish side to the bearish side. So for fresh entry, we can utilize this change in sentiments from one side to another. So if you are looking to initiate new buy trades, you can consider the zero to be a critical marking point. And as and when the change happens in the output values of the bull power, you can start looking for optimum entry points for new trades. So here in today's session, we saw the bull power indicator turning positive at 16 GMT. That's here, and from there on, the Euro USD has gained considerable pips. If we were to enter, we would be now sitting in profit of around 10 pips. And on the lower side, the the stop loss would be, I think, not 10 pips. I made a mistake in reading this data. The profit would be of around 40 to 45 pips, and on the lower side, the stop loss would have been quite close of around 20-25 pips. So if you were to use this willpower indicator in today's session, you would have probably made money. But of course, as is the case with any indicator, the indicator is not going to generate the profitable signals all the time. Some of the trades will go right, some of the trades will go wrong. So that is something which we have to live with, and there is no perfect solution to get 100% of the trades right. That's not how the market works. But for us, even if we get the signals which are around 60-70% profitable, still we can make money in the market, and that is what we are looking for. So here we consider this indicator, and we have this rising channel formation on this bull power. So if we were to go long, as I said, the result would have been quite good. And earlier in the day, not today, yesterday, when we saw the sentiments dipping on the lower side, the bull power indicator output values dipped below zero, and at that point in time, if you were to short the Euro USD, then I think you would have made a good amount of money on short sale side as well. At the lowest point, it was 50 pips below from the initiation point of 14 GMT. So that's quite good for an indicator for generating, for making money. So I would suggest that you try out various combinations of this indicator, and of course you will be able to figure out a combination which will work quite well for you. So for that, let us consider what are the editing options provided to us on this JForex 4 platform. The time period can be varied. It can be 13. This is the default setup. But if you want to increase it or decrease it, you can do that. We can reduce it to say even 2. So only last 2 hours of data will be taken into consideration whenever this plotting of the bull power indicator is being done. But for indicator to make sense, I don't really think this is a good idea to use only 2 hours worth of data. So now let's try out a larger time frame combination of 30. So here 30 hours worth of data is being used for plotting the indicator, and here also we are seeing changes in sentiments from bearish to bullish, and it is holding quite well. So this indicator is going to give you the idea of changes in sentiments from bearish to bullish or from bearish to bullish. Both ways it can be utilized, even though the name only has bullish tendencies written all over it. All right. Now the output value, coming to output, we can style it up, the trend up, trend down, color combination. You can go for two different color combinations if you want. The style can also be varied. If you want a simple line, you can, pardon me, you can use a line, or if you want a bar chart, the bar chart is also an option. The transparency can also be reduced if you feel like, if you want the chart to look If these bull power indicators plotting to look less prominent, then you can decrease the transparency. Now, again, we see what are the more options. Levels, we don't really have anything on the level side. Coming to the advanced editing options, if we want the output of the current candle to remain constant throughout this current candles period, then if we take this option, if we want the value to remain fixed, then we have to opt in for this recalculate on new candle only, and this output will remain fixed for throughout the candle period, and only when new bar will appear in the next hour, then only the new output value for this bull power indicator will also appear, and it will then remain fixed. Okay, highlight the time period zone. The time period can also be highlighted. So whatever is the calculation period, it will look more prominent. Here you can notice that this calculation period is being highlighted. Calculate from custom data. Customization can be done. The instrument can be anything from the chart or Euro USD. So we have these two options provided to us. The candle period can be also used from the chart, or you can use it anything from 10 seconds to 1 month. All these options are there. Okay, and spread side, the ask and bid, both of these sides can be used, or you can simply use it from the chart. If you want the indicator to be available on all the candle periods whenever you change the chart's candle period, then you have to opt in for this. If you opt out of this, then you have to specify on which candle period the plotting of this bull power indicator should be done, and only on those time frames the bull power indicator will appear. Now that I have chosen only hourly and 5 minutes as the time periods on which the bull power indicator should be plotted, there is no plotting on 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and even on the 15 minutes there won't be any plotting. But if I change it to 5 minutes, we will have this bull power indicator appear back again. Similarly, nothing on 4 hours, but it will be back on hourly. So that's how this customization option works, so that it becomes easier for you to read the data in different ways on different time frames. So you can go for these customizations to make it more useful for you to make sense of the market trends. And the best period can be any of these five options: none, 4 hours, daily, weekly, or monthly. So that's it from my side for today's session. I hope you have been able to understand the uses, the functionality, the concept behind this bull power indicator, and how to interpret it on the chart, and the ways, some of the ways at least. It's not exhaustive, but some of the ways I have tried to explain to you in which you can use this indicator for optimizing the entry and exit points of your trades. So that's all from my side. For further coverage of the market developments, do check out the Dukascopy Analytics page. We are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there too. For trying out the newly released platform, the link has also been included in the bio. So do check it out. I will be back tomorrow with a new indicator, new explanation, new usage. Everything will be new. So do come back. Goodbye.